All right, everyone. Welcome to the Tonto's Demise Week 16 recap. Uh, said it's currently Christmas Eve already. I just got home from work a little bit ago, sat down on the couch, stretched out, and said to myself, God damn it, I have to do the review yet. Yeah, it's been a long couple weeks here at work, but things going on. But anyway, you guys don't care about that. I'm not sure most people at this point care about what's going on in Tonto's Demise. But anyway, we had two good matchups going in on paper. Unfortunately, by the time the dust settled, things were not as close as originally anticipated. But yeah, we will talk. Let's talk about. Well, first we'll talk about the matchup that came down to Monday night, which was Not So Tidy Whiteys versus Disco. Disco trying to get back. I don't know if he hasn't been to even been to a Tonto Bowl in quite a while. Not So Mighty Whiteys, whatever you want to call him, trying to get back in there. I think he had Brock Purdy. He had his Purdy CMC stack down about 65 points going into Monday night. And fortunately for Matt, there was I think not almost, literally no defense in the first half of that 49ers Colts game. It was everybody. I don't think there were any punts. Everybody scored every time they had the ball. I think the only time that somebody didn't score was at the end of the first half. It was San Francisco attempted like a 64-yard field goal, and he hit the upright on it. But anyway, the game script very quickly went into the hands of Not So Mighty Whites, and such did the matchup. So he needed about 65 points total, and Brock Purdy got that almost all by himself with 5 passing touchdowns. And he sends Disco packing home for the year. Unfortunately, we clap out Disco. As Not So Mighty Whites take this down 169.05 to 138.2. Like we said, Not So Mighty Whites needed Brock Purdy and CMC to combine for at least 65. Said Purdy went for just under 58 all by himself. Justin Jefferson, 14.5. Drake London, 5.5. Hollywood Brown, also 5.5. CMC, 35.5. 2 of Brock Purdy's 5 touchdowns went to Christian McCaffrey, over 100 yards rushing. Saquon gets over 100 yards and a touchdown, gets 24. Hunter Henry gets 15.5. Michael Carter in the flex, 6.5. Your Jason Myers, Seattle kicker, you went against your Seattle defense. Probably ended up being a good move for you. I mean, you won the matchup, so it really doesn't matter. Only 2 points, 2 PATs from Jason Myers there in the Thursday night. What a great game that was. All around. Seattle and the Rams. And then you played the Chiefs defense. And for the third week in a row, I think I mentioned, people have been picking up and playing whoever's defense is playing the Tennessee Titans. And 3 weeks in a row, the Tennessee Titans have been like, fuck you guys. We're going to show up and we're going to screw you over with your defense. Because Yahoo says 5 for the Chiefs defense, but we had to cut 3 points from Not So Mighty White's score, down to 2 points from his defense. Unfortunately for Disco, said Not So Mighty Whites, said despite outside of his 49ers stack, he didn't really do much this week. But unfortunately, neither did most of the guys on your side. Josh Allen, especially, big letdown this week. Only 20.2 for Disco. Just looking through his game log here. By far, his worst performance of the entire year. He did injure his foot, went out a little bit in the game. I'm not sure he missed any actual plays, but he was out for a little bit, getting checked, perhaps when Cleveland had the ball there. But yeah, he did not much at all. James Cook doing all the work for the Chiefs, or the Bills offense this year. Yeah. And I said 20.2. Jamar Chase gets you 20. Jameson and Amon-Ra, 12 and 9.5. So disappointment there. Yeah, just your big guns. Just couldn't bring it quite this week. Really thought Amon-Ra and Williams would do more against that Steelers defense. Achane gets 18. Brees gets 8.5. Harold Fannin gets 19.5. Multiple touchdowns, a rushing touchdown and a receiving touchdown. Audric Esteem in the running back spot for the Saints there in your flex gets 6.6. A kicker named Brandon gets you about 5.5, and then your Chargers defense, good plug and play from them. I mean, you got a couple. Both of you guys have a couple defenses on your roster to choose from. But yeah, Yahoo says 10. Looks like you got like a 9-point bump to 19. But yeah, Disco. What can we say, man? Said Josh Allen let you down in your time of need. Yeah, it's just the game script very quickly went right into the hands of not so tidy whiteys last night. It's still surprising that it turned out that way. The Colts defense thought it was supposed to be decent, but yeah, things settled down a little bit in the second half. But yeah, for the most part, that game was just each team going up and down the field. And that is good for fantasy if you've got the players in that game. And unfortunately, it was good for Matt. He makes it to Tonto Bowl 23. Disco will be playing for third place. And perhaps a little bit of extra cash and some pride against... Who do we got? We had the Wizard of Winber. In our semifinals rematch, a grudge match, a score to settle with Ed Lager after last year, losing to Hunter Henry's touchdown. Said by that one single touchdown was the difference last year. So yeah, I said to Ed on the lineup, hey, let's just do this every single year. Let's meet in the semifinals. How about we alternate every year? We'll go back and forth. But yeah, the Wizard of Winburg gets his revenge on Ed Lager. Actually defeating him both times this year after he beat me all 3 times last year. So yeah, getting a little sweet revenge this year on Ed Lager as the Wizard of Winber takes down Ed Lager. We clap you out, Ed. Great season. You ran through most of the season in first place, dropped to second there. Still got a bye week at the very end there. But yeah, you've officially earned the Tony Romo jersey for next year. Said spectacular regular season, but crashing and burning immediately in the playoffs, as Tony Romo liked to do throughout his career. But anyway, the Wizard of Winber gets the victory. 239.25 to 171.15. All right, for the Wizard, we got Joe Burrow going for 60. Pops off this week. T. Higgins gets 14.5. Speaking of popping off, we got Puka Nacua. We won't do the... we will not imitate his podcasting shenanigans. Hopefully he gets his head on straight with that stuff. If you know what I'm talking about. If you know, you know. What do we got? Puka. He goes for multiple touchdowns, 12 catches. He gets exactly 225 yards, which is the 5-point bonus for wide receivers. You get an extra 3 points at 150, and you get you get 2 more, so 5 total at exactly 225. That's exactly what he got. Fortunately, it didn't matter. The margin of difference here was almost 70 points here, so not really anything that anybody could have done differently. It wasn't 1 or 2 little things that changed the outcome of this matchup. DJ Moore goes for 22 points, catches the overtime game-winning touchdown for the Bears. Travis Etienne gets 16.5. Jahmyr Gibbs goes for 23. George Kittle, 24.5. Travion, only 2.2, though, before getting concussed. So not looking good for him for the Tonto Bowl in a spicy matchup against the Jets. Praying he somehow can make it back, but it's looking like, of course, Matt has, I'm playing the guy with Ramondre Stevenson. Hopefully he fumbles the ball early in the game, and Mike Vrabel says, enough of you. Fairbairn pops off for 16.5 points. And the Broncos defense, Yahoo says 5. I think the bump was only 3 points to 8. I think that was all they got. But yeah, almost 240 points this week. Said Burrow goes off, Puka goes off. Solid scores, pretty much up and down the lineup. Is enough to get past Ed Lager and send him home. His C.J. Stroud, Nico Collins stack, he gets 36.5 from Stroud. Nico gets 10. What did Justin Herbert do? Justin Herbert went for 59, but Keenan Allen basically did the same thing as everybody else. It didn't really matter. But yeah, what was it? 59 versus 36, so 23-point difference. So really, nothing mattered here that you could have done differently. Nico went for 10. Devontae Smith, 16. Zay Flowers, 21.5. Josh Jacobs kind of playing on a gimpy knee. Not sure if he should have been in there much at all. Ended up getting only just under 5 points. Including a fumble loss there near the end. So speaking of James Cook and carrying the I keep messing up. This Buffalo Bills defense, another multiple touchdown game, over 100 yards. He gets 29.5. 6.5 for Trey McBride. Rico avoided getting dowdled this year. 8.5 points. Pinheiro there on Monday night. He gets about 11. And then the Texans defense, they scored a touchdown. I think they had a pick six right out of the gate in this game. So the nightmares were coming true right away. But then, fortunately for me, the Raiders decided to show up a little bit. Ashton Genty decided to show up and said, "I will sacrifice." In our other dynasty league, I was playing. I was playing Detling, and I was ahead by a pretty good margin until Ashton Genty popped off for those 2 long touchdowns. And I said, well, I will sacrifice a victory in this matchup in this league if it helps get me one in Tonto's Demise. It helps takes points away from the Texans defense there. Yahoo says 15. Texans defense still, I think they must have done about another 15 or so. Just looking, 15 would be too much, so probably 12. Pinheiro got you some points there with his kicking. So yeah, it must have been like 27. Still pretty good score there, but what can we say? Just a lot of, pretty much everybody on the Wizard of Wimber was in the double digits, several 20s, a 60 and a 50. And unfortunately, Ed, more often than not, 240 is going to put you away any week of the season. Unfortunately, this was do or die time, and you will be, and instead of doing, you died. So, what do we got? Ed Lager, you will be, did we clapped you out? Yes, we did. And so that means you will be playing Disco in the consolation game. So Disco already won the knockout pool. He could get, so you could possibly, if you can win that consolation game, you get your money back. Because yeah, you would have gotten some money for the, you would have gotten your money back if you had stayed in first place. But yeah, you didn't do that. So we are on to Tonto Bowl 23. It has taken 23 years for it to happen. A Craig versus Detling Tonto Bowl. Has never. It's Jordan versus LeBron. uh, Jordan gets there. He always wins. I'm doing. My ratio is actually. I've succeeded Michael Jordan. I'm actually. I'm just gonna. Yeah, I think I'm probably at this point in time, currently as it stands, I'm better than Michael Jordan at winning championships in Tonto's Demise. But anyway, and Detling gets there quite often, but gets sent home packing more often than not. So what do we got? So it's going to be a good matchup, but both teams are kind of limping in a little bit. Detling's he's got no transactions left. I said, unfortunately, it looks like Travion might be missing this game, but he's got Ramondre Stevenson to plug in there. Gets it against the Jets in a good matchup. He's currently got Rashee Rice in his lineup, but he has not even practiced yet, and they play Thursday night against Denver. So you're probably going to have to start. Said, Matt, you have really no other. Do you risk waiting on Adunze? He didn't practice yet either. So yeah, he still isn't practicing. I think they play. When do they play? Sunday night. Ugh. Yeah, Matt, you really because you have no transactions left. So if Rashee Rice most likely is going to be out. You've got Pat Bryant, who just got his head knocked off. Yeah, he got concussed. He went to the hospital, a hospital trip concussion. I would be shocked if he plays. And you've got Hollywood Brown. It's really your only option there. If Rashee Rice is out, you've got Hollywood Brown. But I don't even know who the quarterback is for the Chiefs right now. Minshew's gone. Obviously, Mahomes is gone. You got the Denver Broncos. After getting embarrassed, they're probably going to be coming in angry and looking for some revenge. They need to get back to winning. So yeah, it's not. And I said I got my Broncos defense in that matchup Thursday night. So yeah, Hollywood Brown. I just don't think you can wait. You can risk waiting to see what happens with Adunze. If you had a transaction left, maybe, but you do not. What else do we got? You got Justin Jefferson. I think J.J. McCarthy might be out, so they've got that guy who just completely tanked against the Seahawks a few weeks ago. He might be starting this week. What did he do? Let's look at Justin Jefferson's game log. He had 2 catches for 4 yards in that game with I can't remember. Don't even remember the guy's name. He might be playing quarterback for the Vikings here on. That's also a Thursday game. But it said you got CMC, you got Saquon, you got Stevenson there in a good matchup. You got the Seahawks defense at Carolina. Not bad, but I said my biggest thing there would be I don't like a West Coast team playing a 1 o'clock game on the East Coast. I don't like that just in general. But yeah, it could be. Carolina, they are very hit or miss. So we'll see what happens there. George Kittle also, mild ankle sprain, they're saying. He was kind of jumping around, celebrating touchdowns and walking around after the game. So hopefully we get George Kittle in there because Brock Purdy likes to throw to George Kittle. So we kind of need him in there. Otherwise, pretty good matchups. So we'll see what happens with Travion. Got some people in the flex there we can throw in. Charbonnet, Tajay Spears, maybe Khalil Shakir is a possibility. But yeah, we got some options here. If Travion can't go, it just irks me that said you got Ramondre Travion just happened. Just this of all the times for Travion to get a concussion going against the Jets. Such a good matchup. It should be a lopsided game. But anyway, so yeah, I am not going to predict the winner of this matchup. We're just going to let it happen. Detling, good luck to you. Looking to get your ring number 4. Well, I'm looking for ring number 8. I know so most of you guys have probably just rolled your eyes when you saw the outcomes from Week 16. Checking out, all done. But so yeah, should be said. We both got some question marks here. Should be a good matchup. I feel like I've got some better matchup. I'm a little bit better matchup wise. We'll see. Probably the biggest thing here is going to be what happens with Jahmyr Gibbs, because he only scored like 6 points the first time they played Minnesota in Detroit earlier this year. Like his lowest game of the whole year by far was the last time they played Minnesota this year. So yeah, that's a question mark. We'll see what happens there. That's probably going to be a big factor in how this matchup goes. If Jahmyr Gibbs can pop off, can Justin Jefferson finally wake up? So I got my Bengals stack. I like that matchup. Arizona can put up points. That game could turn into a shootout. Bengals Cardinals. We know what Puka can do. We know what Drake London can do. Hopefully the Chicago Bears defense gives Purdy and CMC a little bit harder time than the Colts did. But yeah. So we both have some injury issues we got to work out, see how things play out through the course of the week. But yeah, should be a fantastic Tonto Bowl 23. Appropriate that Jordan makes it, the Jordan of the league makes it the Tonto Bowl 23. But yeah, it's going to be a fun one. This goes from Christmas it'll come down all the way down to Monday night when we've got Puka versus Drake London. We'll see where things stand at that point in time. But yeah, if it comes down to it, that is an excellent matchup. Puka straight up versus Drake London. So yeah, we'll see where we are then. All right, guys. Thanks for listening, watching, or whatever it is you do. Thanks to each and every one of you for another fantastic season. This has been one hell of a roller coaster this year. Ups and downs and lefts and rights and injuries and just like things going on. Just yeah, this was a matter of survival for a lot of us, just trying to get through the year, cobbling rosters together at some points here. So between bye weeks and injuries, it was just a roller coaster year. A lot of issues for some people, but that's just the way the cookie crumbles. Sometimes it happens to each and every single one of us, myself included. We have our ups, we have our downs. It's frustrating when you have those downs because you always want to win. If you're not playing the league, if you're not here to win the league every single year, I don't know why you're bothering. But anyway, the point is, thank you each and every single one of you guys throughout the year. You always bring it. You make this the best league that there is. Everybody brings it at the draft. Everybody drafts well. You just never know how the season's going to shape out. Just everything. It's just, yeah. This is definitely the best league I've ever been a part of and glad to be. And hopefully that it stays that way for a long time. But anyway, again, that's basically wanted to sum up real quick there. A good big thank you to every single one of you in Tonto's Demise. Appreciate what you do and everything. We'll see you again next summer. Location TBD. We'll see who takes down Tonto Bowl 23. And we'll check out the podcast, which I believe actually was already recorded. So thanks to all the Christmas holiday festivities going on here for people. So, all right, guys. again, thanks for listening, watching, whatever it is you do. No injuries this week. Let's try and get some of those injured guys healthy somehow, and everybody gets a full lineup. Nobody gets hurt. Everybody has fun, and we come back perhaps next week to quickly discuss the events of and what happened in Tonto Bowl 23. All right, guys. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, blah blah blah, all that stuff. Have a good time with your families and everything that you do. Stay safe, have fun, and enjoy yourselves. All right, thank you, and I guess maybe we'll see one or two of you back here next week. All right, guys, thanks again, and bye-bye.